Hello and welcome to Demon Interviews, episode 154. I'm your host, Springy. I know that's shocking. And joining us today is a very special guest.
Hi, my name is Brooke, and I'm also known as Knight of Ivy Cosplay.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, the words of my brain that I cannot think of anymore to be here with us today. I highly appreciate it.
Of course. I'm excited to be on because I'm very honored that you wanted to interview me.
Yeah, of course. Um, so first of all, is how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Just got off work. I actually on my 15-minute break threw on the makeup. And then right before I got in here, I threw this on. So, but yeah, just got off work, ready to an excuse to get dressed up.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Have you ever been interviewed like this before?
No, not like never like this. I mean, people at conventions ask me questions, but it's not like in a formal setting like this.
As formal as I can get.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy to introduce you to the world of interviewing. Infographic I never put because I'm lazy and don't want to pay my editor to put that there. Um, so people can assume just from our past guests and probably from the thumbnail and from your lovely outfit as of right now, you're a cosplayer.
Yep.
Do you have any other new cosplays planned to do that you're able to tell us about without me giving you a small fee of $5?
um, so because I'm kind of on like an on and off hiatus right now, which is totally, it's just because with no conventions going on, even though I know they're starting back up again, I just have kind of slowed down, waited until, because I have so many cosplays to debut at conventions that I got all last year. So, but going forward, I do. There's so many cosplays that I'm like willing to do, but I'm finishing up my Bella Dimitrescu cosplay from Resident Evil 8 Village. My friends are 3D printing me her sickle, so that's going to be completely finished once I get that. And then I do want to do Lady Dimitrescu in the future. I've gotten a lot of requests to do that one. And then, yeah, that's all that I can see in the future right now. But somebody could buy me a cosplay and I would wear it. Like, I'm willing to dress up as almost anything. So, so whatever I feel doing, I impulse buy it and I wear it. So.
I completely understand that, 100%. Um, next up is going to be what is one of the hardest things about getting into one of your cosplays?
About getting into one, or sorry, repeat that question.
What is one of the hardest things about getting into one of your cosplays?
Well, the one that I'm wearing right now, obviously, she has like an actual like suit that I can put myself into. That's a pain in the butt. But sometimes it's just getting into the mentality of getting into the cosplay sometimes, because not that I always act like the character, I actually just tend to act like myself when I'm walking around on con floor, unless somebody's actively doing a character with me. Like if they approach me as character, I put myself in character. That's kind of hard to stick because I just overthink. Would she do this? Would she say that? Would she sound like that? Or whomever I'm in cosplay. So I say that because honestly, like getting into them, like doing the makeup and actually getting into the costume is really not that bad. It's just having to wear it all day on the convention floor can be pretty exhausting, especially when I have my face paint on. I have to constantly like touch it up because I might start to sweat a little, or my glasses from putting them on and off smudge around in the So that's kind of an annoyance. But because I commit, because I don't wear my glasses when I'm on the convention floor. Maybe when I'm shopping at a convention, I will. But I try to commit and just keep them off. I really do need to get contacts, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, no, it's just being able to interact with other characters in character is kind of tough for me for some reason.
Makes complete sense to me. Um, so let me just make sure I'm saying it correctly, or else my brain will butcher it horribly. So on the social media platforms, you go by Knight of Ren Cosplay. Why did you choose that nickname over Catwoman Fan 97 or anything else in the world?
So I'm a Star Wars fan, and I love Kylo. I'm more of an Anakin Skywalker fan, but at the time that I created the account, Force Awakens was coming out, I think, or it was a little after. So I was just sitting there brainstorming ideas, and I'm like, "Ooh, Knight of Ren sounds really cool." And so I just stuck with that. It was my PS4 name for the longest time. It's my Snapchat, but it has other stuff, so I'm not obviously actively giving that out. It's just it's part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love Star Wars. I actually have a home sign over here that has the Rebel thing there. And what's just so funny to me too, because everybody always, my friends ask me, so when's the Star Wars cosplay coming? Hence my name. And I'm like, dude, those cosplays are so expensive. And I was just like, I will get there. I promise I will get there. But yeah, no, I like Star Wars, and it just clicked. My Twitch is that as well. So yeah, it just kind of branded itself.
Awesome. Awesome. Next up is going to be, would you rather eat Cheetos or go on a hike?
Go on a hike. I like nature.
Makes sense. So now I have to say the stereotypical YouTube thing of don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon. If you have any questions for our lovely guest over here, my brain is real confused because I'm very tired and usually the guest is on this side, so my brain is very confused. If you have any questions for our lovely guest here, put them in the comment section below, and if we get them back onto the show, we'll ask them your appropriate questions. Charles, one of these times, go freak someone out. And don't forget to follow this lovely person on all the social media platforms. There'll be a way to get to all of them in the description below. Even tired, I can still do it. Okay, I'm proud of myself. Thank you. So now we have a question coming from a past guest, a Mr. Zoom. I started slurring my words there for a second. Coming from a past guest, Mr. Zoom _ 2028. Wow, my brain's really off today. Bacon ?
Bacon ? I burnt myself out on bacon. I used to eat it all the time as a child, so I'm now more of a sausage girl. My boyfriend loves bacon though. That's his. He loves that.
Awesome. Next up is going to be come from the same past guest, so I don't just try to slur through his name again. Peanut butter ?
I love peanut butter, especially with apples. I dip the apples in with it. Love peanut butter, and also in ice cream. I like it in ice cream.
Ooh, I never tried that before. I've tried cookie dough and ice cream, but
nope. Yeah, chocolate. I usually get chocolate with peanut butter in it, so it's mixed. Like if I get like a milkshake, I get chocolate and peanut butter.
Ooh, sounds
really good. If you have a Sonic near you.
The Hedgehog? No,
I don't know where you're
the
at.
horrible joke. No, yeah. I live in the smallest town. I'm lucky we have a McDonald's. So I mean,
Oh,
um,
yeah.
so now we're gonna test your love of peanut butter real quick and ask bacon and peanut butter question mark.
I know personally, but I could kind of understand why someone would like that
Mhm.
because it's salty and sweet.
Yeah,
And I'm sure if you crumbled up bacon and put it over the peanut butter, I'm sure it would be pretty good. Just not for me.
yeah, completely understandable. Everybody has their own preferences on creamy bacon delights. Um, so uh, some people might know you from the newly popular Tickety Talkities. Since
Yeah.
it is a newer social media platform, we like to ask, why did you start using that in the first place?
So I started using it when it was Musically still.
Mm-hmm.
That was years ago. But I kind of dropped off of it because I just wanted to I think I was cosplaying Harley Quinn and I just wanted to get like something sane as Harley Quinn and then I just like dropped off of the app and then so I created a new one and same thing, I was just doing Harley Quinn bits um with her voice and like tidbits from like the shows and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
that she's been in. And actually, because you know TikTok's algorithm is really weird, and I think on one of my really early TikToks, it blew up. It went. I think I got like 50,000 views on it, and I was super excited. Um, but so I just kept. But I just really create. At first, I was creating just for me,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually it kind of let up. I'm like, oh, I do like the likes and the comments and everything and the followers I'm getting, and I started depending on that a little too much because I realized that TikTok will boost a small account and then completely drop it, and then maybe in an off chance you blow up again.
Yeah.
But so I just like started creating stuff for my own and then just posting it on my Instagram because I get way more attention on my Instagram than I do on my TikTok.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically I just wanted to have fun
Yeah.
trying to make really cool videos on TikTok and man, but some of these kids are so much better than me because they have like the freaking huge ring lights and the backdrops and the editing and they use different apps I know, but it's just so funny.
Yeah.
Like I'm like this 15-year-old can make a better cosplay video than me. And I'm 22 and I've been doing it since I was 14.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. I look at some of them. I'm like, I don't know how you did that. I just prop my phone up against the laundry detergent in the laundry room.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
use whatever. And like the back wall is not even clear. There's like a giant poster of I think Bon Jovi. I can't remember off the top of my head. Um. So next up is going to be how many conventions have you gone to before? Or if it's easier, how many different ones have you gone to before?
So I am originally from Illinois, and they have a really big convention there called ACEN, Anime Central, and I'm a veteran of that convention. I had been going since like 2012. I still have most of my badges. So do the math there on ACEN. And then I've also been to Anime Midwest, which is now controversial, but so be it.
Yeah.
I went to that like a couple, 3 times. Con Alt Delete is also controversial, but whatever. I went to
Yeah.
that once. And what else? There was also some really, really small convention that I do not remember the name of that I went to.
Mhm.
C2E2, which is another big one in Chicago. And then Wizard World. I went there like 3 or 4 times. So I've gone to quite a few conventions. It's because I like live there. I am such a social butterfly that I just talk to everybody and take pictures with everybody, and I love being around people. But then after the convention, I'm like, okay, I don't want to talk to anybody for like 2 weeks because my social battery just yeah. But no, I love conventions.
Yeah.
Miss them.
Well, hopefully, let's all pray to a deity or scientific method you believe in, and hope they're gonna get back into swing of things safely. Speaking of that, is there any cons you're hoping to attend to in the safe future?
In the safe future, yes. I want to go to San Diego Comic-Con at some point with some friends. I think that's just more like a bucket list thing. I do want to go to Star Wars Celebration at some point. I want to meet Hayden Christensen so bad. And then I want to there's KatsuCon in Boston. I just want to be able to travel because like I've never like truly like gone on a plane and like gone to another convention due to money, because ASEN was 15 minutes from my home.
Yeah.
So I could just pick up and go and leave whenever I wanted to. So it was convenient then. And now I live in Texas and I want to go to, you know, conventions down here eventually. I'm just kind of waiting it out a little bit. I might go in October. I might, depending on the cases around here. I am vaccinated. So is my boyfriend. So is my friends, which is nice, but it's still kind of tricky.
Still possible.
That's at the end of October during Halloween. Actually, they have a convention in Dallas, but so yeah, I think I just want to be able to at least say that I've traveled to one before.
Yeah, makes sense. The only ones I've ever gone to is like, I'm in California. I'm not scared of saying California because it's giant as hell. I've gone to one I never went to one in California. I just now realized. Went to one in Portland and one in Nevada, both Wizard Worlds. And
I love Wizard World. It's a good convention.
It really is. It's really fun. I've never gone cosplayed yet, but I've seen a Xenomorph there and Mechagodzilla. So I mean,
I get a lot of attention at Wizard World. Maybe that's why I like it so much.
Hey, more power to it. I mean,
but.
Next up is going to be, do you have any favorite convention memories that you'd like to share?
Oh, a lot of them is just meeting friends. I'm trying to think, because a lot of stuff happens at conventions that just kind of, but okay. I mean, this one's kind of just standing out because it's more recent. It was the last convention I went to, which was a World. And I was dressed up as Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones, from the second season, I believe, if I remember correctly. And my friend dresses up as Jon Snow, and he looks impeccably like him. And so when we walk around together, obviously we're a duo. You know, people take our pictures and stuff like that. And somebody was like, "Oh, you look so much like Emilia Clarke," and I'm like, I mean, thank you, but I absolutely do not see that. I'm like, I mean, sure, it's probably just because I'm literally dressed like her character. Yeah. But there was a life-size Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon there, and I got on top of it, and like, I was riding it because she's the mother of dragons. So, and it's funny because a Tony Stark cosplayer helped me get on top of the Toothless. So it's just like,
oh god, I would have loved to see that. I would have paid to see Tony Stark helping Khaleesi onto Toothless. That just sounds like a trip right there. That sounds like a side show attraction you go to see, almost. Like,
it was I have another memory that popped up. So when I was really young, before I started cosplaying, I went to, I don't know if it was Wizard World, it was just some sort of Comic-Con. It was huge. And Tom Felton, that plays Draco Malfoy, was there. And that's the reason why I went. I got a picture with him, you know, and everything. That core memory. of my childhood is that. But what also happened there was I was in the back where I was sitting down on the floor with my family and we were eating nachos. And all of a sudden, these two pit bulls off leash came up to me and started kissing me and living all over me and stuff like that. And I'm like, whoa, what the heck? Okay. And some man walks by with sunglasses on and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, it's okay. And he recalls them and he just walks away. And then the people in the other group next to us like, you knew who that was, right? And I'm like, no. And it was John Berthenol that plays Punisher and Shawn in The Walking Dead.
Oh.
Yeah, that was Bernethal, I think is how you pronounce his last name. But yeah, it was a really cool memory. It was just accidental. I didn't know who the heck he was because I wasn't watching Walking Dead at the time. And
yeah. Wow.
So yeah, that was really, really fun.
Awesome. Checking on time, making sure we're doing good. We are doing good, so that's good. So trying to find the next one that we did not already go over in a different one. Have you ever gotten any suggestions from your fans or friends to do a cosplay and you did it? Like you fully like bought it, did it, all done and good.
So this is popping to mind. So technically I have done a Star Wars cosplay, but it was closet and I just threw it together. It was a female General Hux. And somebody on that comments was like, you look a lot like Sophie Turner in that wig. And so I sent that to my Jon Snow friend actually, and he's like, well, now this is your sign to cosplay Sansa because you do look like her. And he actually funded some of it. But the sad thing is that I have not put it on and I haven't put it all together because I moved it. It's freaking hot here in Texas, and it's like her season 8 costume.
Winter.
So
yeah. Winter-esque. Oh.
Yes,
oh Lord.
I should have done it when Texas was freezing, but I was freezing too. I didn't have power, so I didn't think to put a cosplay on. But I'm trying to think if I've had friends that are fans of me that have suggested stuff, like Scarlet Witch, the comic book version, because I did want to do that. It's just that I was gifted her Infinity Wars costume as well. I committed. See, the thing is too with when my friends suggest, or not my friends, my fans suggest something, I kind of do have to kind of like it, because I have to put the money into it. So I can't think of Suicide Squad Harley Quinn actually was requested of me, and I was a little nervous to do that one because of how much like belly she shows, and I wasn't like, I don't know, like I was a little insecure about doing that cosplay. But once I got it, and that was an expensive one, once I got it and put it all together, I felt really good. So yeah, that's what I can think of.
Awesome. Excuse me. Well, who from social media would you like to do a IRL collaboration with? Let that be videos, photo shoots, so on and so forth.
Ooh. So this girl doesn't really cosplay anymore, but she lives in the area, I believe. Her name is Sabrina Nicole Bunn, but caution, she is a lewd model, so please do not look her up if you are underage. But she's just a light. She's just so, like, she looks like she's fun to be around. And I think that, I would just like to dress up with her at some point. I'm trying to think of names. I just really want to collaborate with my friends.
Yeah.
my cosplay friends. I actually have one friend down here because I moved down here at the end of 2019, right before the pandemic, and she cosplays. And I want to do like Daphne and Velma with her at some point because she'd make a really cute Velma. She cosplays Rapunzel, so I might do Mother Gothel with her. Um, there's so many because like our interests line up so well. Um, but I actually really, now that I'm thinking about it, this cosplay I really want to do is Hanji from Attack on Titan. Because so many people tell me I look like I remind them of her and I look like her. I think that's heavily influenced by the glasses and possibly like the nose and everything. But I have a lot of friends that cosplay Attack on Titan, and I just want to be able to assemble with them. And one of my friends, he cosplays an amazing Levi. His username is you. It's really cool. It's you Levi clean. So it's like you Levi clean. Yeah, he's great. He cosplay. He's like he looks so much like him, and I would love to do like a Hanji um, Levi photo shoot with him at some point.
Ooh. Well, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Well, who's your favorite character to cosplay as?
Um, I feel really comfortable in Harley Quinn. I also love Raven. Everybody always compliments my Raven, and I'm very proud of my Raven because I was so nervous about the face paint, and it turns out actually really well. I'm proud of myself on that. Um, so yeah, I would say right now Raven because I've worn her the most at conventions. I do have a Starfire cosplay that I want to kick out at convention, and I feel like even though I have to like paint my arms for her a little bit. Like I think it's worth it because the pictures and TikToks I took were worth it. So I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I would enjoy it, you know. And then I told my boyfriend that he should cosplay Nightwing to do it with me because we want to do cosplays together, and we did. We did Robin and Raven together. Um, so yeah, and that's another nice memory is that with Raven, I was able to walk around with my boyfriend as him as Robin, Damian Wayne Robin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Awesome. 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 Well, now, do, do, do. Is, I'm trying to make sure I'm not going to be like, here's a question that we kind of already went over. Um, what do you think is one of the biggest misconceptions about you and or your cosplays?
So I'm sure if somebody takes like a quick look at my Instagram, I'm not afraid to show a little skin. And you know, so whenever I post something, you know, like has shows a little more skin than usual, I get comments and and DMs asking if I have platforms where I sell stuff on, and now obviously I tell them no because I don't want to waste my energy on that. That's too much work. And so I just don't want people to think that like automatically when they see me they can ask something like that for of me or assume that I only do those types of cosplays when I really don't. And that's I post my pictures now because I don't care how many likes I get. Do I get if I get a lot of likes, that's great. I'm thankful that people like my stuff, but at this point I've just kind of thrown out worrying about likes out the window because it makes cosplaying less enjoyable if you do that. And whatever pictures I post of me, whether it shows a little skin or not, that's for me.
Yeah.
Because I felt good. I felt great in that picture, so I'm gonna post it, whether you like it or not, type thing.
Yeah.
And also, I guess another thing is that I don't really make my cosplays. I have made one, and that was my Poison Ivy cosplay a couple years ago. And I buy them, and I know that there's no shame in that. I'm not saying it's shameful or anything like that. I just don't want people to think that I'm taking credit for making them, or I usually tag who makes them anyways. But yeah, that was just something I randomly thought of, is that I do buy my cosplays because everyone always asks me, do you make them? I'm like, I don't have the patience to. I have barely any patience to order them and wait for the wig to come and wait for the outfit to come and make sure that my shoes match. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I can completely understand that. I've only made like two, technically one and a half, because the second one's not done yet. Uh, so I can completely understand that. Because I'm looking around, like 95% of my cosplays are bought, but yeah,
I can sew. I just I don't have patience for it because my seams become all over the place, and
yeah,
it's not good because I'm just not patient.
yeah. Even the thing I'm wearing, like I had this commissioned
Yeah.
because it's like a Jean's Pumpkin Pete outfit and everything, and it has Velcro. You can't see it because dark and dark and dark, but
Mm-hmm.
Velcro pieces to like attach his shoulder pads onto and everything. So I had that commissioned, and like they had to put this on it, cut down the sleeves. So yeah, I can completely understand the buy over the because I do not know how to do this or do anything like that. I'm I'm willing my way through making a cosplay of armor and stuff, just kind of like
I
basic.
just like to say that I did it at least once, and whether it turned out great or not, and leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, last question on the list. And shocking, I have more. Um, this is coming from a past guest, an ultra geek cosplay. Pepsi or Coke?
Neither.
Hmm.
I don't drink soda or pop, whatever you want, because I call it soda down here, and then up in the Midwest we call it pop. But I don't drink that. The carbonization bothers. I have texture issues, so it
Yeah.
bothers my mouth and throat. So I am so glad I don't drink that stuff though, because so many people get addicted to it, and and it's just not. And my doctors are happy too, so
Yeah.
that I don't drink that stuff. I don't even drink coffee either,
Yeah.
so no caffeine.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, I completely skipped over one of them, so now it's the
Oh,
last one on the list. This one's coming from another past guest, a Harley F. Quinn. What are those?
what are those? I don't know. I love that reference though.
Yeah.
I miss the old Vine.
Back in my day.
Back in my day.
Back
We're getting old.
back. Oh, I. Oh, oh. You trust me. You feel old when you mentor fifth graders. They're
Oh my god.
like you try to make a reference for when you were their age, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, I don't. Okay, I'm old. Okay, I get it.
Oh,
I'll
what
I'll be
really
able to do
threw
that.
me off was when a 14-year-old asked me, um, what was middle school like in like 2012. I'm like, why are you asking me that like it's the 1970s? I'm like, if
They
it was
people
me, I must ask you a question, and swag and YOLO, all that
back
stuff.
in my day when I was your age, we didn't have your computer lab was worse than it is now.
Oh,
So
you
you
mean
better not
computer lab?
complain
Yes.
because
The
like I
old
meant
Apple
yeah
computers.
exactly. And like because I mentored kids at like the elementary school I used to go to, so I was like, back in my day, you didn't have no special thing. You couldn't have no things here. It was you had the St. Jude game, and that was pretty much it. That's the only thing you could play in elementary school on school computers. Back in my day, with the monkeys and the math and all that fun stuff. I don't remember what it was called. My lord, that went off track real fast, and that's my fault. Tired
It's okay.
equals off track very easily.
Uh,
Uh,
you, me on a regular basis, I'm like a squirrel. I'm like, oh, this topic. Oh, this topic. Oh, this topic. Yeah,
oh,
it's okay.
right. tired. The later it gets, the more squirrely I get. Um, so the next question is going to be: do you have any questions for me as an individual or about the show in general?
No, but I think what you guys are doing or what you're doing for this show is really neat. Just going around and interviewing, whether they be kind of big, small, cosplayers, but whoever is willing to talk. So I think that's great because, it's a great way to meet other people and talk to each other, especially if you have a Discord community, which you do, which is really nice. So yeah, no, I don't have anything, but you once conventions come along, you should be taking this to the conventions.
Oh, that's the plan. That's my my editor actually like just was texting me because we have this creepy video plan that will hopefully, I hope it'll be out by now. Let's hope it's not gonna be that far delayed. Um, that um, like they're talking to me because they're going to conventions. They're like a big cosplayer and like judges some of the contests and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're telling me that they're at a con and everything, and like, I really just want, and they're like, I'm just like blasting it in the show. I'm like, and I could like spreading the word. I'm like, please do. I will print you some cards to pass out.
Yeah.
I will send you some cards to pass out. Please do. Um, but yeah. So thank you. I do highly appreciate that. Does mean a lot. And yeah, and it's also a good way to, because we also have our character interviews that are the only things that actually get edited. Uh, Jack, stop messing with my sword, please. Thank you very much. Cat, cat and cosplay. That's a question right there. And now he's just to go until he
Mine's
forgets
somewhere around here.
until he forgets about it. I'm just gonna hold it right here for right now. Yeah, we do in character interviews as well, which we started during the pandemic. So it was a good way for people who are used to getting into cosplays for going to cons constantly,
Yeah.
or semi,
Mhm.
to still be able to do that, test out some new ones and all that fun stuff. So yeah,
That sounds like a lot of fun.
yeah, I'm planning more. And uh next question is going to be: would you ever like yeah, would you ever like to come back to the show? There we go.
Yeah, if you want to like hit me up in like what, a year,
Yeah.
and follow up, see where I'm at, see if I did any more cosplays, see if I did conventions. Like I want to do photo shoots. Like I want to meet photographers and get good pictures of my cosplay, so my money's spent well, and
Yeah.
I just don't let them sit in the closet, which I've been doing. So, I just want an excuse to get dressed up. So, but if I ever make my way to California and you're at a convention,
Yeah.
we can also do it in person as well.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
you're just gonna have to catch me or like schedule it because I am all over the place at convention. I'm over
Yeah.
here, I'm over here, I'm over here, I'm over here. Somebody's talking to me. Somebody's talking to me. I'm eating.
Yeah.
Somebody's talking to me. Yeah, it's.
I'm eating and somebody's talking to me. Um,
Oh, I hate it when people come up to me when I'm eating and they ask for a picture. I'm like, are you serious right now?
I
Oh,
just
actually,
put.
really quick story.
Yeah, go ahead.
About Wizard World when I was dressed up as Khaleesi. I actually ran into a friend and I was talking to him, and this person like put himself in between me and him and had a selfie stick with his camera and like took a selfie and then like walked away. No, not a word was spoken to me. Um, I don't even know if I was looking at the picture or at the camera, and I just like stared at him for a second as he was walking away. Like no acknowledgement, nothing. I'm like, I'm not a statue that you can just walk up to and. But yeah, but stuff like that makes me laugh because it's like
Yeah.
they just don't know con etiquette.
Yeah, that should be just a whole episode on its own. Just like get some small bits of interviews, just like throw them together, be like, etiquette for you, buddy.
Oh god, it'd be funny if you just got like a bunch of like female cosplayers together on like a video and them just talk about like funny slash weird interactions they've had with
Yeah.
people at conventions. Because I mean, that could be like a 3 hour long like
Yeah, I'll just sit here.
video.
I'll go make myself some lunch. You guys just keep
Yeah.
just keep going. I'll be right back. The street wipe mail will be right back. You just keep going. I'll gonna get myself some lunch. I'll be um. It's always tricky with straight white male joke. It's either real good or real bad. What time it? The point is there, and I said it. So good. I'm happy that you wish to be back on the show in the future because you're always scheduled for 18 more things. So, um, have fun with
Yeah.
that. So next up is going to be, um, who would you like to see on the show in the future?
I think a really interesting person to talk to is actually my childhood friend that cosplays. Their name is Leanne, and their username is Lore Lotus, and they do a lot of D&D cosplays,
Ooh.
and stuff like that. So, and they make their cosplays, so that would be a good conversation to have with them. And yeah, I think they would be a good candidate.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we'll write their name down and we'll send out a message and hopefully not wait 3+ years like we've had for other people, aka have not answered us since we started the show. But that's not the point of this conversation. Lastly, do you have any questions for a future guest?
Let's see, future guest. I would put what is a cosplay you won't do?
Ooh. That's it. That'd be pretty interesting to be honest.
Yeah, because I mean, it's an interesting question, and not a lot of people actually give that much thought to it. But I mean, it could be just because they don't feel comfortable in the cosplay, or they think it stands for something weird, or whatever the case may be. But I think all the answers to that question is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I completely agree, to be honest. Well, thank you all for watching. Thank you so much for being on the show. I highly appreciate it.
Yes.
Don't
Thanks for
forget to.
having me.
Well, I'm so happy to have you on the show. I do highly appreciate it. Don't forget to follow them on all the social media platforms. There'll be a way to get to all of them in the description below. I'm doing good so far. And at least I will see you in next video. Bye bye.